Now some cultural context. I mentioned to you about Vietnam, bamboo. In 2007, after I finished in Vietnam, first I went to Nepal, from Nepal to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Kenya, and while I was in Kenya, I worked in Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Zambia, Madagascar. King Julian is not real, I look for him. He's not, you know King Julian, right?
Yeah.
No, he isn't there, I look for him. From East Africa to West Africa, and I had some really interesting experiences between the different sides of the continent. First time I arrived in Nigeria, I arrived as a consultant. I had no managerial position. I finished my job in Coca-Cola in a managerial position, and when I ended up in Nigeria, I'm just a consultant, working with a Nigerian leadership team in a telecommunications company, and I come from selling Coke. There, I learned something the hard way that today you learn I think you'll learn it in psychology, psychiatry, whichever one of the two. The human brain does 2 assessments of everybody you meet within a few seconds. The first assessment it makes is, can I trust this person? The second assessment the brain makes is, are you capable? Can you add value to me? Those are like breathing. It's not a conscious decision. You don't stand there and say, okay, can I trust the person? How do I determine trust? And go through a checklist. Or here's a checklist for capability. The human brain is an incredibly powerful machine. It does that, and I'm speaking under correction, in like 7 seconds. It's been pre-programmed to look for certain characteristics and answer those 2 questions. Now, from culture to culture, the instinctive measurement of those 2 vary. Meaning, if I'm in South Africa among my peers, and I walk into a group of people I've never met before, the way their brains assess me is different than the first day I arrived in Nigeria. South Africa, I'm not considered too ugly, I'm considered above average handsome. With appearance, the brain immediately interprets intelligence, whether it be true or not. But because the appearance is pleasing, the instinct is, intelligence must be there, so capability is there. And from appearance, it also takes the element of trust. So if you happen to be above average looking in a South African environment, it's fairly easy to gain trust and to be perceived as intelligent and capable in conversation. When I arrived in Nigeria, those characteristics are irrelevant. Nigerians are very strong people. Very, very strong, very loud, outspoken people. There's no Nigerian that I have met that will talk to you like, I'm sorry for existing. Please forgive me for approaching you. Sir, may I talk to you? Nigerian approaches you, greets you. Brother, how are you? Who are you? Why are you here? What brings you here? Now, in those first few seconds, if you fail in establishing that they can trust you and that you are capable, a Nigerian will not give you a second of the day. First time I got there and they gave me a project team of 25 people. And many of them are still my friends today. Many of them have gone past me in their careers. They've excelled further than I have. But in the very first team meeting I had, and the very first market walk we had, I had to fire someone. Yeah, I had to. Why? Because Nigerians want you to show that you can take the lead. In Nigeria, you are not automatically followed by the definition of your title. If you are not seen that you can lead us and we can trust you and we can depend on you, they will not allow you to lead them. So my first interaction was a disaster. I had no cooperation from the team. The guys were sitting like this on the chairs. And first time we walked in the market, one guy was on the phone, another guy was off there talking to someone, and I learned in Vietnam, don't start screaming on the street. So I didn't scream. And at that point, the guy was on the phone. I called him over. I said, please, close your phone. Go home. I'm informing your head of, your director of sales that you are off this project. Wow, why? No, you don't respect the group. You don't respect the discussion we're having. Your phone call is more important than these. He left. Time we got back to the meeting, someone was sitting on a chair like this. I said, I can't accept this. Out. You are not part of this team. Went from 25 to 19 on the first day. Guess what? By day 2, I was back to 25. Why? Those guys came back saying, sir, Robert, brother, we apologize. We are ready to serve. At that point, I realized that if they see that you have the strength of character and the strength to stand on what you believe in, and they believe that they can follow you, they will follow you into war and they will kill themselves for it. Very passionate. Now let's say that first day I started screaming at a Nigerian on the sidewalk. Guys, I believe in the country in a body bag. Nigerians are passionate and they are not people who back down. You start a fight, they will fight you. Right? Then you cross over to Palestine. Worlds apart. We're all aware of the difficulties around Palestine. I will not get into that, but having lived in Bahrain, worked in the Sudan, spent some time around the Middle East, I had an impression of what Arabic people and Arabic culture is like. So I mentally prepared myself for that. And the day I arrived in Ramallah, and the first time I interacted with the team, my wind was taken away from me. I could not breathe, the surprise I got. Palestinians turned out to be hospitable, friendly, warm, welcoming. You feel so welcome every single second of the day. They also respect different opinions. Now, in a scenario like the relationship between Palestinians and Israelis, it's very easy for you to say something wrong and get yourself in trouble. But I found them to be tolerant and understanding that I don't understand the dynamics, and they took the time to teach me the dynamics. We have a good friend who's a Palestinian. Very warm, very friendly people. And in the work environment, at one stage I thought that I am killing every single one of them. The guys who are connected to me on Facebook, the ones on LinkedIn, they will see this video clip later when I post it, and they will send me a message and say, yes, Robert, we remember this. Palestinian team I had was a transformational business. The business just got a brand new CEO, Dr. Durkhan Mareye. He's still the CEO today. One of the most brilliant people I have met in my life. Strategist, visionary like I have never met. And when we drove the transformation in Palestine, the team were working 17 up to 20, up to 24-hour days. And there were times that I sat down and I looked at the team and I thought, today I'm going to have a revolt. Today they're going to throw me out my office window. They're going to poison my tea because I'm working them to death. But they didn't. No matter how hard we pushed as a team, no matter how difficult the challenges, I found in Palestine that when they are intellectually challenged, they are like rechargeable batteries. They just grow energy from the inside when they are intellectually challenged. The second thing is, the management or the leadership in Palestine is not about standing, you do this, and then leave. My team, when they left at 3 o'clock in the morning, I left with them. Actually, it was quite interesting. My first few weeks. Now, my nature I believe to set the example. As a leader, no matter where you go, you have to set the example in order to create culture. Every day I would see this team leave the office at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11:30, and I was getting worried. I said, you know, I need some sleep at some point. And then Amal, my secretary, my personal assistant, lovely person, she said to me, she said, Robert, you know why they are sitting here, why they are working? Because you are not leaving. Okay, why? She said, no, they will not leave while you are in the building. They feel bad if they leave before you, that you will judge them that they are lazy or they are not working. And I said, oh my word, I've been torturing them without knowing it. Because I was sitting waiting for them to leave, because I didn't want them to judge me for being lazy and going home. So then we had an understanding. There was a certain time of the day I would leave, whether I go to the market or I go for an outside meeting, but I would make sure that Amal tells them, Robert is not coming back. And they will go home and they will spend their time with their families. So there's another learning on cross-cultural leadership. Don't assume anything. Don't think that people think like you. Understand them, because by not understanding you can actually cause some serious damage. So, Palestine, wonderful experience. Left there, still got good friends there, and I will remember the experience and the lessons I learned there. One of the things I applied in Bangladesh from the first time I got here, and post-Palestine in Myanmar. First time I said, guys, what time do you go home typically? What time is normal home time? Of course, when work needs to be done, it needs to be done. But what time do you go home? Okay, this time. Let's be clear. If I'm still busy, it doesn't mean you have to stay. If I'm done, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to wait for you to leave. I'll be clear. Yes, we understand, and the guys understand it. In my business today, my team understands it. Although most of us work till 1 a.m. in the morning. Most days are until 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. But still, if you understand, take the effort to learn and understand, you will save yourself some headaches on those cultural businesses.